Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration? I didn't mean to do that. Please, continue.
There's a lot of things about me you don't know anything about, Daddy. Things you wouldn't understand. Things you couldn't understand. You don't want to get mixed up with a guy like me. I'm a loner, Daddy. A rebel.
And the Holy Spirit spoke to me. The gift of faith came on me. He said, kick her in the face with your biker boot.
What you talking about,
Bam!
You're a cheat and a swindler. That's what you are.
Now, let me talk to the young people here. You are prey, P-R-E-Y, for these churches. Brand new believers, pray for these churches. P-R-E-Y. It's sexy. It's cool. Calvinism, man. Because I got God in a box.
I call that bold talk for a one-eyed fat man.
The gospel's not something we live. It is an announcement of what God has done in Christ through the cross by grace to give eternal hope to those who have faith in Him.
Please, continue.
We're the rebels out of secret.
This is a Rebels Cause Radio with Nisai Kandera, Jonathan Wedgeworth, and your host, the tattooed freak of a man, Dan Fry.
That is right. This is a Rebels Cause Radio, coming to you, live on a Thursday night here in Des Moines, Iowa. Saturday night for those watching or listening on KTIA. A Rebels Cause Radio is, that funky radio show that exists to lift up the works of the church to the glory of God. And what that means is, and today's kind of a weird day because we're just going to kind of go off topic. But normally we bring on guests. We talk about missions and ministries and stuff like that, and try to expose the good ones and expose the bad ones. I mean, we have that. We have both conversations here. Joining me in studio, I think it'll be filling out tonight. We're supposed to have 2 other people show up, but we've got Mr. Samuel L. Hall.
Yeah.
And I'm having lunch with your dad tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. He told me that.
Crazy. He's paying. I thought that was great. And then Mr. J-No, John Calvo, or what was the other one? P-Nerd? P-Nerd.
Puritan Nerd. I mean, there's been so many different names suggested.
But nobody's actually picked one.
Well, I think you just need to have a poll.
Yeah, I still haven't heard the one I haven't heard one that I feel goes. We're still looking. Still looking for your nickname. We'll just call you John for right now.
That's novel.
It is to call you by your name. It actually, if you think about it, though, contextually on radio, nobody used to go by their names. In fact, you didn't want to go by your names. That was one of the best things about doing radio is you used to be able to be whoever you wanted to be.
Like J.D. Stone from KGGO back in the 90s.
Yeah.
His real name was Julian Fenton.
Yeah, exactly. You could be whoever you wanted to be, and then people didn't know that was you, which was kind of cool. It was kind of like a stage name, and you could just slip back into regular life.
Speaking of slipping back in.
Yeah, slipping back in. We got Ben Erickson joining us. Oh, no, it's Cy. It's Cy. I thought it was Ben. I thought you were getting eaten by a cougar.
I used my ninja skills to escape.
Yeah, I got that video.
You said you were going to get it.
I've got it. I don't know if we'll play it tonight. We might play it afterwards because I think I'm going to try to get part 2, the one where you don't make it. So, yeah, joining us also is Nisai Kandera. Better late than never, I guess.
Yeah.
Literally just walked into the studio.
I didn't want to miss this episode. This is a special one.
Very special episode. We're
really glad to have you here.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, now you're a guest, and you're not one of the team. So tonight, wanted to talk about a couple things. First of all, William Tapley. This is your topic. I don't know anything about it. Who is William Tapley?
Well, I figured we'd go for some low-hanging fruit here. You were talking about we usually highlight good ministries, and sometimes we highlight bad ones. This is one of the bad ones.
Sure.
And William Tapley is a Catholic guy. He's self-styled Third Eagle of the Apocalypse. He's one of those.
What does that mean?
It's some obscure reference to Revelation. The eagle's pronouncing woe, and he's one of those guys that sees end times prophecies in everything. You know, like there was a shirt that, or a soccer player that had like a 43 on his shirt, and that was a sign of the end times. This is kind of what we're dealing with, and we have on this.
You know that like almost every soccer team everywhere probably has a 43.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't let facts get in the. He doesn't let reason get in the way of things. But we're going to have a real doozy tonight on the show of him.
Yeah, I don't normally put the videos up. Is the audio on that any good? Because maybe we'll play that second hour.
I think the audio's okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we might play around with it and play, because I do got that loaded up. Explain a little bit of the premise why Ryan's getting that. I don't know that the conversion's done on all the video and stuff like that, so I don't know if we should go right into the video. But
okay. Well, I don't want to blow too many of the crazy surprises.
No, blow them. Blow them, and then we'll play them and we'll talk about them.
All right. William Tapley, if we get this video to work, he's going to tell us how
video on a radio show. How ironic.
Right. Well, that's how I heard about it. I heard about it through Pirate Christian. He was playing video, but all I heard was the audio, and it worked just fine.
Okay.
But anyway, he is going to tell us how Gangnam Style and Call Me Maybe have messages in them that predict the coming of the Antichrist.
Nice.
And
I'm just going to be honest. Anything from PSY or Psy or whatever you want to call him. I'm not.
PSI. Get it? Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's not a. I don't really worry too much about them. Did you hear about the news now about that guy that they found like 5 years ago? He did some anti-American rap where he wanted our soldiers' wives to be raped and killed and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I read an article about that.
That's crazy. So anyway, this guy says "End of the World Prophecy" in Gangnam Style,
and he uses bad Korean to make his point. I really don't want to blow too many of the surprises.
It's okay. Just blow them. It is what it is. What does he use?
He uses open Gangnam Style as open gangland style, which is a terrible translation. It's not right, not even close to right. And open the door for the Antichrist, gangland, the tribulation, and he's arriving in style because he's just a man he's a man of no substance. He's just a man of appearance with no substance. And then the Call Me Maybe. Oh man, no one's gonna ever be able to hear the song the same way again.
Okay, ruin it for me, John. Ruin the song. I've never heard it.
All right. So the main line goes, "I just met you, and this is crazy. So here's my number, so call me maybe." And hey, I just met you.
Okay.
Antichrist just arrived on the scene, and this is crazy because the reign of the Antichrist is crazy. Here's my number. Anyone want to guess what that number is?
333
times 2, right? And then so call me maybe is a reference to May Bus, which I'd have to hear the video again to catch how that works, but it's a reference to I think an old tyrant or something that has some connection with the Antichrist. But maybe sounds like Maybus, and so it's a reference to that.
This is low-hanging fruit.
Oh, absolutely low-hanging fruit. But I figured, it was something we could talk about.
Does he just do this for money? Is that what he does?
I don't think he does it for money.
Is he really serious, or is he just trying to cause controversy to stir up chalk?
Dead serious.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it almost sounds just asinine.
Well, the thing is it's getting harder and harder to parody the church.
This is a true statement. That's really the scary things. I mean, I think stuff like this offend me more than just Joel Osteen.
Well, Joel Osteen and William Tapley are both bringing the name of the Lord's being blasphemed among the heathens because of them. And people now the dynamic.
I would say
is
though Joel Osteen there's some redeemable qualities there, and I say some. I'm allowing for a lot. I don't know that in this story you've just laid out to me, John, and this video we're going to watch here after the first break. I don't know that I hear any redeemable quality. I mean, this is like Todd Bentley, no redemption. Joel Osteen's serving a watered-down message, but at least there's maybe if you listen to 20 different episodes and you take half of what he says and throw it away. Maybe you get one solid sermon out of it. I don't.
Maybe.
No, Joel Osteen's just a more adept deceiver. You know, William Tapley is just so obvious. But there are so many people doing. I mean, so many people are doing what William Tapley does. They're just not doing it so overtly.
Sure. Do you think? Jumping subjects here just for a minute here. Do you think Joel Osteen is purposely deceiving, or do you think that he has been deceived in spreading that deceit?
Well, I doubt very much that he, has seances in the basement of his house. Oh great 666, or as William Tapley would say, oh great Mabus. I doubt that he's like deliberately in cahoots with the devil, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't want to. I'm not privy to the conversations in his private jet.
Sure.
So I guess I really don't know that, but whether he's deceived and spreading the deceit, which the Bible says false prophets will deceive, be deceived and deceive.
Sure.
Or whether he's doing it deliberately for the money. I guess I don't know. I mean, I would be inclined.
Does he actually have a private jet?
Yes, he does. I thought
that was Rick Warren that had a private jet.
No. They probably both do. But
like a G6.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't know exactly what that balance is, but I would imagine that it's somewhere I'd imagine it's a little bit of both.
Sure. Well, I mean, I've been thinking about this a lot. I mean, it's no secret I'm not a big Joel Osteen fan.
Right.
I think I still got his face taped to my punching bag downstairs in the basement. But I mean, I've really been thinking, what's the heart behind this? Not that honestly a good heart behind spreading deceit is going to make anything better. But it does make it easier to swallow, I guess. I just don't know. I don't think. I guess I've kind of come to the conclusion of Joel. I really think Joel believes what he's saying. I think he's had a lot of success this way, and he doesn't see that the success was given to him by his father, who was also lying. And in all fairness to Joel Osteen, he's a second-generation pastor's kid who had a lot of pressure put on him right from the start and had to figure out how to make these people not leave. And so distributing this watered-down, everybody is my friend gospel thing, say it, lay it. Because he's not quite lay it and pray it. I mean, he's not quite that overt. He is a prosperity guy. He's definitely works righteous leaning.
He's not teaching a true gospel.
No,
I'm not. I make a distinction. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Go ahead.
I make a distinction between a soft and less than perfectly pure but genuine gospel presentation.
Sure.
And one that's not a gospel presentation. And I would put Joel Osteen in the latter camp. Now, Joel Osteen is again. I don't know exactly what's going on inside his head.
Sure.
So I am not convinced that he is completely believes what he's doing, but I don't know that he's not. So I'm not making an accusation of that. I'm not going to accuse him of something I don't know about. But whether he is wholly sold out to this deceit and is deceiving himself, whether he's just a complete charlatan or whether he's somewhere in the middle, he's deceiving souls.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's up for discussion. I guess where I'm driving at is, I can't help but think that there isn't extra amounts of anger that are going to be reaped onto these people that willingly and knowingly and purposely deceive these souls. Not that Joel's not going to be a curse. I mean, it is pretty clear if somebody comes, even an angel of light, and teaches a different gospel, let them be accursed. I no doubt in my mind that the lack of gospel in Joel's message and the false presentation that it is gospel is going to end badly for him if he doesn't repent and turn.
It's also going to end badly for a lot of his hearers.
It is. But no disagreement from me there. But I wonder if God won't be kinder in a sense to that than he will be like, well, let's just say Todd Bentley. That guy, I just think is a charlatan. I think he's a thief.
We are judged based on. I mean, the more we know and reject, the greater the punishment will be.
All right. Well, this is that show, that Rebels Radio show, Rebels Cause Radio to be exact. We encourage you to read your Bible, to go to church, not Joel Osteen's, and to love Jesus, again, not Joel Osteen's version, and forsake the world. That one's Joel Osteen's version. This is Rebels Cause Radio, 99.3 KTIA.
I'm Brian Leach, owner and general manager of Service Legends. I brought along a couple of the home comfort heroes.
Hi, I'm Tammy Wells.
I am Nick Wondershot.
I'm administrative mmanager.
I'm the senior technician
from Service Legends.
It seems like every good thing, when you feel it to the bone that it's good, there's a lot of hard work put behind it. I don't think that you can fake it and have it turn out good.
You know, if we seem like, okay, that's just weird, it's just a furnace, why would you believe so deeply in a furnace? It's not just that, you know, we want to show the world that you can have good service.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be, it's your home.
You know, it's built into our daily trainings, it's built into our culture, that we're going to do whatever it takes to have each client say they love us, period.
That's why we spend all the hours in the training that we do. And if we guarantee it's going to be a good experience for you, or else it's free, what type of work do you think we're going to do?
There is a guarantee.
Temperature selection guarantee, fixed rider it's free guarantee, comfort guarantee, best value guarantee. All of these guarantees hold us accountable to ensuring that we exceed your expectations. And if for whatever reason we'd fail and we can't make it right, we guarantee all of those guarantees with a 100% money back guarantee.
I mean, if you don't think that your technician can fix it right, are you going to say that to a client? No.
You don't have to worry about having a technician come to your house.
We drug test, background check all of our team members. We put safe people in your home. Each and every one of our service techs, 400 hours a year in training.
You tell it the minute they walk in the door. They know what they're doing, they've done their homework, and they actually truly care about what you want.
Because at the end of the day, you're the person that makes sure I have a job.
They're going to be listening. They're going to want to know what your challenges are. Then they're going to come and give you options, and you get to choose.
If I'm there to help and I make it easy and painless, I did my job right that day.
Well, when it comes to your comfort, safety, and your family, you know, you don't necessarily go buy the most expensive, but you get the most bang for your buck.
Oh, it's worth it, because there's a lot of people that will find a way to get it to work right now and then leave and then come back, charge you again, and the cycle just repeats itself. So when I'm out there looking at the furnace, I want to find why it failed today. How can we change the part today with something that you're not going to have to worry about? Is it worth changing the part today? I mean, you can put a lot of money into a furnace. I can fix parts all day. There's good job security in that for me. But is it the right thing for you?
I get a lot of the phone calls of after the technicians are there. They're just in awe. They're like, wow, you guys are great. I mean, I don't even know what to say. You guys are great. Everything you did was perfect. It was great.
Keep going, though. I like this.
Just give us a try. I'm going to take all the risk.
I've got the time to make this right. I've got the support to make it right.
Just check us out.
And if you don't see the value in what we do,
I mean, fixed rider, it's free or 100% money back.
Enough said.
Hi, this is Dan Fry, one of the hosts of A Rebels Cause Radio. Did you know that you can like us on Facebook? That you can follow us on Twitter? That you can watch our previously recorded shows on YouTube? That you can listen to a live audio stream on Mixlr.com? That's mixlr.com/webcast-1-live. Or that you can email us with any ideas you have for the show at idea@arebelscause.com. And we want to say thank you. We love this show, but we couldn't do it without rebels like you who interact with us on a daily basis through these methods. So thanks for going with us on this journey in search of edutainment. And we're back. This is a Rebels Cause Radio. You know, that show whose whole purpose, really, is to lift up the works of the church for the glory of God. That's what we do here. We talk about ministries, usually good, sometimes like tonight, kind of kooky. But we like to have that conversation. We like having that conversation with you. You guys can join the conversation by going to arebelscause.com. You'll find blogs there. You'll also find ways to listen to the show when it's live on Thursday nights. And if you're a KTIA listener, we replay the first hour every Saturday at 11 o'clock for you late night people. for your enjoyment. Maybe someday we'll be live at that hour. I don't know. It's hard telling. But for right now, it's just a replay. For the rest of you guys, you can call in on a Thursday night, like tonight, 1-855-244-0077 to get a hold of us. We're also on Facebook. Just look up a Rebels Cause on Facebook. You'll find us there. We're on Twitter. I never use that, though. I haven't figured out Twitter, to be completely honest. So again, I'm your host, Dan Fry. Joining me in studio, we've got the Samuel L. Hall.
It's good to be here, even though that's not my middle initial.
No, it's Samuel.
Samuel
Hall. Yeah. Samuel Hall.
Okay.
See? And, of course, we got Mr. J-No himself, Jonathan Wedgeworth.
J-No.
My name is not Jonathan.
Yeah. It's actually
and
John.
This is David Fry.
Hey, if I didn't butcher up everybody's name, it wouldn't be fun. That's been consistent for the last year of radio, Sam. Don't kill it.
Consistent.
And really, for the last official time as part of the Rebel staff,
yes,
we have Mr. P. Honda, Misai Conundrum.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tearful one.
Well, we're going to have you eaten. I've secured. The problem with trying to get a mountain lion this time of year in Iowa is they tend to shoot them when they show up in schoolyards and stuff like that. So I had to find one that hadn't been shot. So maybe we're going to help you move at the end of the month. Maybe I'll just bring a pet mountain lion with me to eat you. I don't know. We'll figure out. You're going to die.
Now, is there going to be? Please say there's going to be pho.
That'd be a negatory.
No, that's a big negatory. She's going to have all that stuff packed.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
packing the truck.
Well, I know. But
There's going to be some pizza.
White boy food. You're white, and you eat white boy food.
Why is it got to be racist?
I can get white boy food anywhere.
Yeah, why is it going to be racist? Misai, for those that don't know, is Asian, so he can say stuff like that, apparently. Why am I looking at my show notes that aren't for this show? Okay, so we're talking about William Tapley. Is that right? Tapley? William Tapley is a Catholic guy who's an end-of-the-world conspiracy theorist, right? That's what I've gathered so far?
That'd be an okay way to put it, yeah.
Okay. And we have a video audio segment that we're going to play right now. And, we're just going to listen to parts of it. And Ryan will be switching around camera angles and stuff like that. YouTube's really crazy, so we can't leave the video just up in its entirety. So, Ryan, play that beautiful, what is it, bean footage you like?
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
There you go. Roll that beautiful bean footage there, Ryan. This is William
Welcome to
Tapley.
Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times. And incidentally,
hey, stop for a second.
Also someone who called the last two.
If he's a co-prophet, who's the other guy?
The other Eagles.
But there's three of them.
But they've been, but they're...
well, there's at least three. I mean, maybe there's four.
Yeah.
Two of them have already come and gone. And he's the third one, and I guess there'll be a fourth one along eventually. I think the fourth one is...
Is this like the Daniel prophecy with the goat with the four horns, and each one's not as powerful as the original goat?
No, this is...
Because that's clearly an Alexander thing.
Yeah, this is out of Revelation.
Okay. Roll it again. Sorry for interrupting.
In the United States, 100% correct. Can you name any other so-called prophet on YouTube who did the same? I don't think so.
He's doing prophetic swagger.
But the election is over with. Many people have asked me to comment on it, but it's over and done with, and it is time to move on. And you Democrats, you who think that you could deny God 3 times at your convention, and that Satan will therefore let you have the leopard for 4 more years, you are sadly mistaken.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
Obama's the leopard.
You know what bothers me about this is a lot of Christian radio keeps addressing this. Well, they denied God 3 times. Mm-hmm. You know who denied God 3 times? Peter. Okay, so I mean, yes, it was a bad moment in Peter's life, but ultimately there's restoration there. So them denying it's silly. So what are they, apostles? Certainly not. I mean,
their reward for denying God 3 times was to win the election.
Yeah. I mean, it blows my mind. They're like, oh, they denied it 3 times. Oh, no. Oh.
It's the end of the world.
There probably wasn't.
They probably crushed their tinfoil hats holding their head. And then they realize, wait a second, that was Peter. Peter denied Christ 3 times. He was an apostle. In fact, he was a very faithful apostle. In fact, he's the one that Christ said that he would build his church upon.
Which is not the Democratic platform.
Yeah. I don't. Big deal.
Well, okay. The fact that the Democratic Party is actually, was actively denying God 3 times. The fact that they basically have said if you're pro-choice and not gay affirming, you have no part in this platform. That's problematic for us.
Sure.
But then is the Republican Party that much better? I mean, the Republican Party is on the same train track. They're just a town behind.
Okay. Well, enough for this rap. I just that's just hilarious to me. All these evangelical Christian radio guys jump onto that. Oh, it was 3 times. They did it 3 times. It's so bad. It's like, Peter's in heaven, right? You know that. Peter clearly in heaven wrote part of the Bible. That guy. Mm-hmm. That's the one that did that. If it had been Judas, if they had been dipping bread into wine at the same time or something, maybe. I don't know. Go ahead. Carry on.
In Daniel 7, the Antichrist follows the leopard, and he is the one who comes next. And Satan wants to bring the Antichrist in as soon as possible. Believe me, we have very little time left. And God is already announcing who the Antichrist is, just as he announced for the last 4 years who Barack Obama is. But he is doing it in a very interesting and different manner. 4 years ago, Barack Obama was elected on the 4th of November. This week, he was reelected on the 6th of November. The number 4 announced the arrival of the leopard, but the number 6 this week is announcing the arrival of the Antichrist. Now, many times in the past 4 years, God has revealed who Barack Obama is through sporting events. And I've already gone through that many times on this program, so I won't repeat myself.
Stop there. I almost wish you would have repeated it.
Do you know what it is? John, have you listened to any of those episodes?
Yes, I have.
So what is...
Why are you listening to this guy? I just got to know.
No. Okay, because I'm listening to Pirate Christian Radio, and Chris Rose...
Are we like killing their stuff? We're stealing it?
We're stealing it.
We're stealing from pirates.
Yes, we're pirating pirates.
The irony. Okay, go on.
Wait, I did have
This time, however, God has changed his plans. He is announcing the Antichrist through popular music. And I only discovered that myself this week. And I am passing along my information to you just as soon as I receive it. And in fact, I'm asking for help from my YouTube subscribers, because very often you give me ideas which did not occur to me. I am not very much into popular music. I know some of you probably are. So I am going to give 2 examples on this program which are really amazing. But I am sure there are many others out there. The 2 popular songs I want to talk about on this program are Gangnam Style and Call Me Maybe. As far as I can tell, they are really the 2 most popular viral videos on YouTube for the past several months. If you search either of those titles, you will find hundreds of thousands of results. And many people are making parodies of those songs. And they are very tuneful, they are bouncy, they're uplifting. As far as I can...
Oh. As far as he can. Oh.
It's about...
Did we kill the video? It's a prophecy, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah.
Clearly, this man's the Antichrist.
I'm more of a prophet than he is, because I just predicted the upcoming break.
Yeah. Well, there is a break forthcoming. Okay, go back. Are we able to start back where we were at, Ryan?
I will try and get as close as I can.
Okay. Well, this guy's not, but I do want to hear how he does the Gangnam Style.
I really like the water behind him. It makes me...
it's really calming. Now, you had a comment.
Well, I was just going to say, aren't the presidents always elected on November 4th?
I think so.
Yeah. Like,
No, it's always a Tuesday.
It's always the
it's always a Tuesday.
First Tuesday
Okay,
of November.
But then there's been more Tuesdays
so
than
like
just this one.
every 7 years.
Well, there's a leap year, so
That's right, every 8.
Yeah.
Sorry, forgot about leap year.
Yeah.
Crazy. This guy is a find. I mean, this is like maybe my new favorite right after Todd Bentley. I love Todd Bentley. And not in that I like him kind of way, but that guy amuses me and makes me cry all at once.
It's that term I coined, tragicomic crime.
Yeah.
You know?
You do come up with some good... You know what?
Edifitainment.
You know what's funny is Remnant X Radio has been borrowing that.
Edifitainment?
Yeah, edifitainment. So that was kind of funny.
When I see him, he wants to get together this week, and when I see him, I'll get him for plagiarism.
Oh, are you? Yeah, you going to join his show?
No.
Oh, come on.
He hasn't asked me, but I'm just going to get together for lunch with him down there.
They make it pretty easy. You just got to call in on your cell phone with them because they're doing Blog Talk, which is Blog Talk basically is a format where you call in. Do we got that back up?
I think so.
Okay.
Because I can't even listen.
Yeah, bring it in.
So I'll try this.
Okay.
The 3 most important words are open Gangnam style. And if you put those into English, I mean, those are Korean. If you put those into English, I believe the words that we want to study are open Gangland style.
Stop. I looked up the lyrics of the song in English. Actually, Jody did and sent it to me. It is actually Oppa as a name. Oppa is Gangnam style. Gangnam is not. It's a district south of the river.
It's a South Korean district.
It actually means south of the river, not gangland. And it's like this new rich development. I mean,
and that's who he's making fun of. That's the whole purpose of the story.
The purpose of the song is to make fun of Gangnam.
Gangnam, yeah.
Gangnam. Yeah, we almost said gangland.
Hey, don't get confused, guys. Because this guy's already confused enough. Okay, carry on.
This is very interesting. The Antichrist is revealing himself through this phrase. Open means that this is the grand opening of the reign of the Antichrist. That is what the word open is referring to. Gangland refers to the reign of the Antichrist, because remember, he is the lawless one, as found in the Bible. And style, of course, indicates that he is not a man of substance. He is all froth and frivolity. He is not a serious human being. He is evil. And that is what open Gangland style is referring to.
So stop for just a second.
Okay. Hey, I have an open sign in neon. Am I inviting the Antichrist?
No, you have no style and no substance.
Well, it's no, wait. Me and my wife own a salon. Okay, follow my logic. We have an open sign. It's in the Drake neighborhood, which is Des Moines Gangland.
Uh-huh.
And you do styles.
So you're the Antichrist.
But
crap.
So we found the Antichrist. William Tapley couldn't do it.
Yeah, I even identified him on air. Unfortunately, it was me, so I don't know what to do. Actually, this is that Rebels Cause Radio, that show that exists to lift up the works of the church for the glory of God. We encourage you to read your Bibles, go to church, love Jesus, and forget this guy. This is Rebels Cause Radio. We'll catch you right after this break.
Tired of pretending that life is perfect? If what they see isn't how you feel, God knows, and He understands. Chat now with someone who cares at groundwire.net.
Hi, this is Dan Fry, one of the hosts of A Rebels Cause Radio. Did you know that you can like us on Facebook? That you can follow us on Twitter? That you can watch our previously recorded shows on YouTube, that you can listen to a live audio stream on Mixlr.com, That's mixlr.com/webcast-1-live. Or that you can email us with any ideas you have for the show at idea@arebelscause.com. And we want to say thank you. We love this show, but we couldn't do it without rebels like you who interact with us on a daily basis through these methods. So thanks for going with us on this journey in search of edifatainment.
Get away from us, you mean old credit card. We don't have any more money. We're in trouble now. Save us! Help! Somebody save us! Somebody help! Help! Save us!
Hi, I'm Tom Coates from Consumer Credit of Des Moines. If your credit card's a little too animated, give us a call.
Hooray! We're saved! Consumer Credit! You're our hero!
Well, hi, I'm Rob Spearman. I'm a broker-owner of RE/MAX Real Estate Concepts in Des Moines, Iowa. Give us a call if you're looking at buying or selling a home, or if you're having trouble on your mortgage payments or looking to purchase foreclosures. We have the agents to help you, experienced, outstanding agents. Our office number is 515-276-2872. Or if you'd like to look at homes, go to our website, homeconnectusa.com.
Drug and alcohol addiction slowly steals a person's identity, tearing away pieces of their life little by little until one day it seems like the hope of a happy future is gone and there's no chance of getting it back. Here at St. Gregory Retreat Centers, we can assure you that there is hope. Our unique approach to recovery begins with the understanding that the dysfunction and damage caused by addiction can be overcome, not just dealt with. Don't let another day go by. Call St. Gregory today.
Just sit there, get involved. This is a Rebels Cause Radio.
That is right. I am Dan Fry, your host of a Rebels Cause Radio. Joining me in studio today, we have my dear friend Samuel L. Hall, Jano, Mr. John Wedgeworth, and for the last time until he realizes he's crazy and moves back, we have Mr. Misai P. Honda. You know the nice thing about getting rid of him is we're no longer mostly reformed.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, we're just reformed. At this point, the good news is our designation is gone. Mostly is gone. We're just reformed.
I'll keep things balanced. I'll call in and keep it
well,
mostly
yeah, you're going to have to
reformed
Skype in occasionally. But all the same, we're reformed. And this show, basically what we do here is more or less we like to talk about the works of the church, the ministries of the church, other people's ministries. We like to have a lot of guests on, have them talk about what they're doing. And we lift those up for the glory of God. And so we like to talk about them. Occasionally we have nights like tonight where we're talking about people that would claim to be part of the church and their works, which are kind of like used rags. And by rags, I mean menstrual cloths. They're like dirty menstrual cloths. That's what this guy's stuff is, for sure. Not that everybody's aren't, because the Bible says all of our good works are, but this guy is particularly, we don't even need that filter to see that. We're talking about William Tapley, tapeworm, whatever. This guy, he probably is going to predict the end of the times because of my little rhyme I just said, because I said, we figured out, though, before break, that actually I could be the Antichrist because I own a salon with an open sign that
you do style.
That does style.
You do style.
And it's in Drake, which is not a. If you live in Des Moines, you kind of know Drake actually isn't really all that desirable now. Where my salon is, we're actually in the business district, so it's not as bad. But you go a couple blocks either way, and it gets a little dicey pretty quick.
The Des Moines ghetto is nowhere near like the Chicago ghetto, but it's still a ghetto. And you guys are kind of on the outside. You're in the ghetto club.
We're in a really weird deal because it's it's a really nice building, multi-million-dollar building, and we're on the very edge of Drake campus. But if you stray off Drake campus, very quickly you end up anywhere around that campus, kind of a neighborhood you probably don't want to be in late at night.
I grew up a few blocks from there.
Yeah.
I mean, the important part is that you're drawing the open style.
Yep, because we have an open sign. We're in gangland, and we do styles. So,
and those are the three things that William
In fact, maybe the salon is the proverbial Antichrist. Maybe it's not even just me. Maybe it's everybody there. We're multiple Antichrists.
We should never get a haircut. That's the answer.
That's
and if we never get a haircut, then the Antichrist will never come.
Especially around the corners of your beard. It's bad news. Anyway, this William Tapley guy is making some crazy predictions. Let's really quickly, so we can wrap up with this one, because we've got the game coming up next, and I want to make sure we cover that. So let's play just like another minute of this video, and then we're going to switch topics.
Oh, we're going to miss the Call Me Maybe thing.
Well, you know what? We'll do it second hour. We can revisit it second hour. We got to get on for the radio guys. So hit it up.
Look at the other big viral hit of the summer on YouTube, and that is Call Me Maybe. And there are 4 very significant phrases in this song. The first one is, "Hey, I just met you. This is crazy, but here's my number. Call me maybe." Let's look at those 4 phrases separately and see how God is revealing to us the name of the Antichrist. Hey, I just met you. Now, the I in this case refers to the Antichrist. And just meeting you means that he is revealing himself. This is the Antichrist's entrance into the end times. And this is crazy.
Yes, it is.
That's the 7 years of tribulation. Remember back in Daniel chapter number 4, King Nebuchadnezzar goes crazy or insane for 7 times. He lives among the beasts and eats grass. The beast that he lives among are the 2 beasts of the Revelation.
I don't know.
The Antichrist and the false prophet.
It's 7 years.
Those are the 7 years of insanity. And this is when the Antichrist is going to reveal himself during those 7 years. But here's my number. And of course, I think it should be obvious to you.
I think I have a 7-year lease.
Number is. His number is 666. And he is not talking here about a telephone number. He is talking here.
But I think the author of the song
was.
was.
Beast, which
Yeah,
he
the
is
area code
going
666?
to give
A 3-digit
to every
telephone.
one of us. That's what
All
he means
right,
when
kill
he
this.
says,
I'm done listening. This guy's crazy. So this is the stuff available. This is scary. This is why shows like ours, Rebels Cause Radio, where we try to lift up positive things about the church exist, because there's so much bad stuff.
This guy, though, I think this guy is so much less dangerous than people like Joel Osteen or even Todd Bentley. Here's why. Because he is so obvious that not a lot of people are falling for him.
I hope so. I hope you're right. Todd Bentley's pretty obvious. I mean, he kicked a woman in the face.
Yes, but William Tapley doesn't get big coliseums full of people.
I don't know if those aren't all plants. I don't really know.
A lot of them could be plants, but
how many viewers is on his YouTube page?
I can find that out.
Yeah, I don't know.
But a lot of people who are viewing him aren't people who are believing him.
This next story, though, this guy is big news.
Mm-hmm.
This is a rapper known as The Game. Now, I haven't listened to secular rap in quite a while, but I've heard of him. I can't think of any one song I've ever listened to of his, but I've heard of him, and we got a couple slides up. Now, apparently, The Game, and I don't know his real name. We'll look that up on Google here for you. But he became a Christian about a year ago when he got baptized. Has been going to church. And then if you bring up the first slide so I can read off to him, Ryan, that'd be great. This is what he says. I'm calling it, this referring to his next album, Jesus Piece. Because last year in August, I got baptized, so I've been going to church. But I've been still kind of doing me out here. I still love the strip club.
He means the racing strip. Where
No, he
cars.
means the strip club. I still love to smoke, and he's not talking about cigarettes and drink. I'm faithful to my family, so I wanted to make an album where you could love God and be of God, but you could still get it poppin' in your life, The Game.
His name is Jason Terrell Taylor.
Jason Terrell Taylor. Well, Jason,
I don't know. I don't know if that's how. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce his first name.
So anyway, the game. That's Sam.
Yeah.
Let me just ask you a question. You're the youngest guy in the room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend like you're the least experienced guy here.
Well, I have the least amount of years under my belt.
Okay. At any point, since you've been a Christian or since you've been kind of pursuing this, did you feel it was okay to go to a strip club?
Well, seeing as it never.
So
not.
So would you say for a Christian that's got almost I wonder if he's talking about the August we just had or the August before. I would assume it would be a whole year because it takes a while to produce an album. I'm assuming. Oh, we're coming up on a break. We'll talk a little bit more about this after the break, but I'm going to make some assumptions. One of those things that I'm going to assume that you don't know that this is Rebels Cause Radio. We are on 99.3 KTIA and a rebelscause.com. We encourage you to read your Bible, go to church, love Jesus, and forsake the world. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break.
Fight the good fight on a Rebels Cause Radio. Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on a rebelscause.com. A Rebels Cause Radio is edutainment.
It's like they want to get hit.
Need a body shop?
Minor Wreck Express saves you time and money.
Do you ever get tired of pretending that life is perfect? If what they see isn't how you feel, God knows, and He understands. Chat now with someone who cares at groundwire.net.
Get away from my Sumito credit card. We don't have any more money. We're in trouble now. Save us! Help! Somebody save us! Somebody help! Help! Save us!
Hi, I'm Tom Coates from Consumer Credit of Des Moines. If your credit card's a little too animated, give us a call.
Hooray! We're saved! Consumer Credit, you're our hero!
You don't always listen to the radio, but when you do, you listen to a Rebels Cause Radio.
That is right. This is a Rebels Cause Radio. You know, that show whose purpose is to lift up the works of the church for the glory of God. I am your host, Dan Fry. Joining me in studio today, we've got one of my co-hosts, Mr. Samuel L. Hall.
Yeah, good to be here.
Of course, with us almost always, we've got Mr. Jano, P-Nerd, John Calvo, John Wedgeworth.
John TBD.
John TBD.
What happened to Judas?
Mr. TBD.
We don't do that.
Oh, I must have missed that episode.
This is why he's leaving. See this? See this?
Actually, he's the Judas.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we got the guy previously identified as Judas, Mr. Misai Kandar, joining us for his last episode in the foreseeable future of a Rebels Cause Radio. We're talking a little bit. We've talked a little bit about William Tapley, and we might go back and address that again in the second hour. If you're listening to this live on KTIA, you can actually get this show, a whole nother hour of this shenanigans is available on our YouTube channel. If you just look up arebelscause.com, give you a little hint, it's actually available before it airs on KTIA. So you could be in the know. You know, you could tell people about the show and be like, and they're going to talk about this. And you could be just like William Tapley because they would never know. They'd be like, how did you know what these radio guys were going to say verbatim? It'd be crazy, right?
Well, yeah. What you do is you listen to it on Thursday, and then you get a bunch of your friends together, and you wager money, and
Yep.
and then it's just like Back to the Future 2.
Because I like to keep it popping in my life, and I like to keep gambling.
So we got this game guy, and he's actually pretty famous. He's got a lot of tattoos and apparently a rose phantom. Some of his lyrics are like, "Mama, forgive me because I'm trying to make a living. Them expletives hating, that rose phantom killing, expletives shining like they've been hanging from the ceiling. Me and ye kill it, something like my Jesus piece. Lord willing, I'll see a billion. And then I'll let my nuts hang.
Oh, man.
Something like my Jesus piece."
You could have said expletive there.
You could have said you should have edited that.
Yeah, we
Oh well, it's
that's not is you know what? It is what it is. This is passing. I got yelled at when I said this doesn't sound like a Christian guy to me on Facebook. Somebody yelled at me and said, "You're being judgmental. He could just be growing in the faith." And I'm like, he could be, but this isn't good. This isn't good fruit. When we only can judge Christian based off their fruit, this isn't it. This isn't good fruit.
Yeah.
I mean, this is scary. What kind of harm do you guys think this does to Christianity when this guy claims to be a Christian?
I think it's awful. I think it's
Why
really
is it awful?
dangerous.
Why is it dangerous?
Because you, especially with the all marijuana starting to be more legalized in more states, because it's probably only a matter of time before it's going to be more available to a lot of people. And so when you have someone who's saying, "I'm a Christian, but it's okay to do this," at the same time, that's dangerous, especially for kids that are trying to struggle with the same idea.
In the wake of it not being illegal, he's talking about breaking the law. I mean, let's take marijuana and table it. Maybe we'll talk about it second hour. But he's talking about breaking the law. You know, something else that bothers me is the strip club industry is an industry that's riddled with a lot of young girls that have been molested as kids and very broken women. Now, that's not the case with all of them. Some of them just really are horrible people.
Well,
but
there are studies saying that those people have better self-esteem than regular women. Even if that's true, that doesn't make it right. It's still a sin.
And they're causing men to lust after women that aren't their wives and causing all kinds of sin in these strip clubs. And he's saying he can still go. I can't imagine going home to my wife and saying, "Honey, I'm going to go to the strip club." How do you feel about that? Or going to church on Sunday after being out all Saturday night, dropping singles at the strip club.
As long as he's dropping 20s in the offering plate the next morning. No, I'm kidding.
Well, unfortunately, I bet that's the attitude of his church.
Yeah,
I would almost bet you dollars to donuts that's the attitude to his church. This is a lot of harm, John. I mean, do you think this is pretty harmful?
I think it is. I think the way it's going to be the most harmful is it's going to affirm and confirm so-called carnal Christians in their carnality.
Yep.
People who they want to.
It's just natural.
Well, the people who want the fire insurance are going to feel like now here's a voice affirming me in my desire for this. Now I can be more free to be this way. That's the biggest harm. Now, I mean, the name of the Lord is being blasphemed among the heathens because of this. But in the non-believers, they'll see this and they'll say, "What kind of? Well, this doesn't do anything different. I mean, this guy's a Christian. Look at him. So this is a huge problem. I think it's less of a problem for those who are genuine believers who are solid in the faith. But even there, it grieves us.
Yeah, it's just sad. Sai, you concur it's harmful?
Well, of course, but I mean, let's forget about the scriptures that say deny oneself, take up the cross, and live for me. I mean,
he did.
Right, yeah. Okay, it's forgotten.
Yeah. So I mean, when he says that I still want to live me and have a piece of God, it's totally anti-scriptural. But yeah, I mean, for those who don't know Jesus or don't believe in Jesus or have never heard of Jesus, for them to see this guy and say, "Well, I got Jesus and I can still do these things," that's totally
well. And like even in his song lyrics, like "The Lord willing, I want to see a billion." I mean, it's not wrong for Christian people to make money. It's not wrong for Christian people to make a lot of money. But there is something to me, and I'm not I'm not trying to convict anybody else. But if I had $1 billion, it would be one of the worst things that would happen to me.
Oh,
yeah. You know, like, because I would want the Phantom, and I don't know that I'd be as generous as I should be. And you know, I would probably start being legalistic, be like, well, I'm only going to give 10%, because then I could feel good and sleep at night knowing that I could have done way more. I mean, so it's not really a Christian endeavor to seek after. It's not typically a Christian endeavor, I guess, to seek after that much money. I wouldn't think that's something you would expect a Christian to say.
Well, here, let me get the log out of my eye here real quick.
Yeah, well, don't take too long because we're wrapping up.
Yeah. So get this log out. It seems problematic if his end goal is something material. You know, now I don't know if I mean, obviously being successful in business is not a sin. You know, it's things like playing the lottery and stuff. That's debatable. Some people would say that's absolutely sin. Some people would say it's not. I tend to err on the safer side there, but I'm not gonna condemn someone for doing that. But it's like, hey, I'm gonna use Jesus to get me rich, you know, or hopefully God will make me rich. But all I'm after is the Benjis, baby. You know, that seems problematic. And the reason I said I'd take a log on my eyes, there are things. I mean, I'm guilty of breaking the 10th commandment. There's things I want, you know. Jody had asked the other day, I don't remember what we were talking about, something video game related. She said, would you be willing to kill to have that? So I wouldn't break the 6th commandment, but I probably would be breaking the 10th.
Yeah, it's really awkward. You know, the neat thing here is, you know, I don't know how much you guys know about Lecrae, but Lecrae is he seems to be in the good camp as far as Christian rappers.
I respect that guy a lot.
Yeah, I would have no reason to say Lecrae is not one of the guys.
I think Lecrae is pretty good. I don't put him up there in the same theological standpoint as like a Shylan or even the Humble Beast guys. Which, by the way, I'm wearing their new shirt, "Anchor of My Soul, You Sustain." I love this T-shirt.
But Lecrae still accomplishes the same thing.
He does. He gets a lot of good stuff across. It's, you know, I almost appreciate it because I feel like it'd probably reach more people better. Because it's not so complicated. Lecrae texted this guy and they had a conversation, and he rebuked him.
Oh, praise the Lord!
Awesome.
That's great to hear that.
And it doesn't sound like the game kind of talked about it and said, you know, basically
he texted the game rapper.
Yeah, basically the game said that we talked about it a little bit, and decided that I was going to do me and he was going to do him, and we basically wished each other God bless. But at least somebody had the ability to reach this guy and say, hey, if you're really with us, this isn't how it goes. This isn't how we roll. This isn't what we do. Christians don't act like this. You know, it's sad to me. I mean, to talk about your genitals hanging down like your Jesus piece across the
that's not just lewd. That's blasphemous.
It's horrible. It's despicable. It's gross. It's offensive. It's hateful. This is Jesus. You don't talk about him like that. He's not your homeboy. He's not your buddy.
He's not your stuff either.
Yeah, he's not your genitals. This is Rebels Cause Radio. We come to you every Saturday night here on 99.3 KTIA at 11 o'clock. Join us next week. Of course, you can find out more information about us at rebelscause.com. We're that show that tells you, go out, read your Bible, actually read it, mark stuff in it, write it down, memorize it, get different opinions. Go to church, good Bible-believing church. Love Jesus. He's our Lord and Savior. He deserves to be loved and glorified and worshiped. Forsake the world. Rebels Cause Radio. We'll see you next week. For those sticking on the podcast, we'll see you here in a few minutes.
Get away from us, you mean old credit card. We don't have any more money. We're in trouble now. Save us! Help! Somebody save us! Somebody help! Help! Save us!
Hi, I'm Tom Coates from Consumer Credit of Des Moines. If your credit card's a little too animated, give us a call.
Hooray! We're saved! Consumer Credit, you're our hero!
Well, hi, I'm Rob Spearman. I'm a broker owner of RE/MAX Real Estate Concepts in Des Moines, Iowa. Give us a call if you're looking at buying or selling a home, or if you're having trouble on your mortgage payments or looking to purchase foreclosures. We have the agents to help you, experienced, outstanding agents. Our office number is 515-276-2872. Or if you'd like to look at homes, go to our website, homeconnectusa.com.
Hi, I'm J. Michael McCoy, and about 20 years ago, I went to a used car salesman by the name of John Hewitt. He had a little shop over there on North 2nd Avenue called John's Auto Sales, and I bought a car. I found that experience to be one that I had never had before from a used car salesman. He was honest, he was dependable, he had integrity, and he did what he said he was going to do. Well, over the years, between my kids and grandkids, I purchased 7 vehicles from John's Auto Sales. And last month, I asked him to be a sponsor. And he said not only would he like to be a sponsor, but he would offer a $100 tithe for every customer that came and bought a car from him directly to the church of your choice. I can tell you about their huge selection. I can tell you about their years of experience. I can tell you about their honest integrity. But all I really need to tell you is that I bought 7 cars, and you can trust them. John's Auto Sales, 5435 2nd Avenue, Des Moines.
You need a good ride when you hit the trail. Trust the man with the cars, and he goes by the name of Big John. Big John. Big John.
Hi, this is Dan Fry, one of the hosts of A Rebel's Cause Radio. Did you know that you can like us on Facebook? That you can follow us on Twitter? That you can watch our previously recorded shows on YouTube? That you can listen to a live audio stream on Mixlr.com. That's mixlr.com/webcast-1-live. Or that you can email us with any ideas you have for the show at idea@arebelscause.com. And we want to say thank you. We love this show, but we couldn't do it without rebels like you who interact with us on a daily basis through these methods. So thanks for going with us on this journey in search of edifatainment.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast 1 Live.
Point our doozies right at all those non-tithing members because we want God to come to church. And at the count of 3 Jesuses, we shoot them all dead. Say what? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the world dome.
Say what again? Say what again?
I believe that Jesus is the way to the one God, but I believe there are many paths to Jesus.
That don't make no sense.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense, sir.
Evidently, Mr. Ringo's an educated man. How I really hate him.
You know what happens when you compromise and men finally get an opportunity to preach the gospel? Having compromised and sinned against God, you know what? If you preach the gospel, even if you compromise and get an opportunity to eventually preach the gospel, some are going to mock you, some will hear you further, and some will believe. You know what happens when you don't compromise and God opens an opportunity for you to preach the gospel? Some will mock you, some will listen to you further, and some will believe. So why bother compromising in the first place?
Welcome back to the second hour of A Rebel's Cause Radio with your host, that tattooed freak of a man, Dan Fry.
That's right. Rebels Cause Radio. I am your host, Dan Fry. This is second hour webcast only, which means I won't introduce us every 20 seconds.
Wait, what show are we?
A Rebels Cause Radio.
What show are we?
A Rebels Cause Radio.
What show are we?
Stop it.
And we can be a lot
I
more
felt compelled to continue to answer.
I think that was like 3 times within 10 seconds.
Yeah, we'll try not to. We'll not try not to do that. You know, it's part of getting geared up for the radio. We've been on the radio now a little over a month, and some of the complaints come back because they don't know what they're listening to for 20 minutes. So we're trying to perfect that. We do apologize to the people on chat that were caught off guard by the vulgarity of this guy's lyrics and our willingness to talk about them. That is, I mean,
I thought it brought relevance.
Yeah, we're those guys that we're not We're not going to water down anything for you, and we won't use it.
We tried to water.
Yeah,
it
we
down.
tried to water. That was polite. I mean,
Here's what we need to do. We
he
need to
dropped
have-
the N-bomb like 6 times.
We need to have like a disclaimer, like, all right, hide your kids, hide your wife. We're going to say something that may not.
Yeah,
be.
I said we'll do the earmuffs thing. I mean, because I don't want to offend anybody, and I understand they don't want mental images. We've been looking at maybe doing a episode, or I'm thinking about doing a month on the topic of porn, and that's going to be a really interesting one because
That's going to be a lot of earmuffs.
well, you might as well just buy a pair.
Duct tape them.
But the reality is we'll be pretty candid about it. Because, as people that have dealt with this sin, it's a nasty, filthy thing. But we're going to talk about it. We're going to drag it into the light and hope that our stories and the people we bring in and the resources we bring in benefit them. And if we watered everything down, if we pulled all the punches,
if we compromised,
we can't say we're no compromise radio though, because that's a radio show.
Yeah, no, but I think he was doing the Vodi Bakum thing.
He was going back to the introduction.
Yeah, the introduction. If we compromised on this stuff, the message gets clouded. We have so many of these. Those organizations like the Real Men conferences and stuff where they deal with pornography and stuff like that. And we're going to take a pledge, and when you leave here, you're going to be healed because you're going to take a pledge. Well, that's bullcrap. And we're going to talk about why it's bullcrap and the sense of it. But see, they do that. They don't want to get into the topic and really drag it out and expose it for how filthy it is. What happens is a lot of guys wake up the next day already failed, or know they're going to fail on the way home, and it makes it worse for those guys.
It's shameful. It's guilty.
Yeah, it makes them guilty. It turns them into liars. The worst thing that we've done with that particular problem is we lie to each other about it because the consequences can be so severe. Rather than drag it out and say, like, brother, I'm struggling with this.
Well, I think it's really dangerous because we think it doesn't victimize anyone.
Oh, but it victimizes our families. It victimizes in your case, your future wives.
I think in general, it's, you think it's just something that you can do by yourself and it doesn't hurt anybody, but it's extremely so far from that.
It's so far from the performers, and I'm being, gentle there.
Yes.
The performers, the damage they're doing to their lives, the encouragement of because a lot of those guys, again, we were kind of talking about it, and I don't want to stereotype them because not all of them are this way, and I realize that. But, there's a lot of studies that show that a lot of those adult performers have had some kind of abuse in their history or have been treated poorly by men, and it's self-perpetuating.
Well,
when we look, that'll be an interesting month, I think, when we really dig into that one.
Mm-hmm.
Warn me so I can be gone that month.
Yeah.
You got it, dude.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be gone every month. So what's the difference, Misai? I tried to get a pet mountain lion to eat you second hour.
And he just ended up
Ben
getting
fell
a tabby.
asleep.
Oh, sorry.
Ben Erickson was going to bring the mountain lion for me. He owed me a favor. We
He was probably going to show up with Mountain Dew.
No, mountain lion. Ordered the thing yesterday. You know how hard it is to order a mountain lion in Iowa?
Going on Amazon.
Well, actually, I guess they're all over the place.
That's why I have my handgun permit. But actually, I don't have my handgun permit right now. That's a lie. But if I did, that would be why. So anyway, we talked a lot first hour about this William Tapley guy. Tapley.
Chris Risborough from Pirate Christian Radio has a little skit where he makes fun of him. He calls him Wallace Tapley, but
Wallace Tapley.
Whatever, Tapley.
The only mostly accurate prophet of the end times.
Our buddies at Remnant X Radio, this is kind of their specialty. They like to kind of go after problem areas in the church. I'll have to talk to Jeremy Bowling and the guys over at Remnant and find out what they know about that. They're calling it polemics. I'm not sure.
Polemic is okay. So an apologetic is to make a positive defense for something.
Yeah,
and a polemic is to do a negative attack against something. So like if I'm going to defend Christianity, I'm doing an apologetic of Christianity. I can either do that apologetically by going into why Christianity is right, or I can do that polemically by knocking down the false worldview.
More or less, that's what I got from it. I don't think he's miscategorizing it. We were talking about that. I'd never heard of it before. You'd apparently heard of it, but it used differently.
I tend to, when I get into debates, sometimes I get fairly polemical.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if
you've heard it described different than what Jeremy did on that show with me. You know what's crazy about that show? I talked to him today about it, and like he's only had the immediate response that show got like 2 other times. One of them was that YCJ239er guy, the rapper, sounds like Eminem, came on, and I think that maybe that was it. Maybe it was just one other time. So it kind of caught him off guard. So it's kind of nice to see that. I think a lot of that has to be people that listen to this show that went over and listened to it. If you haven't, you can find out more about Remnant X Radio at remnantxradio.com. You can look them up on Facebook. We'll be doing some advertising. We're going to exchange ads, so that'll be kind of nice. So we'll be working with them quite a bit here in the near future. But it was kind of a fun show.
Chris Roseborough does a lot of polemics too. Now he's not only this is what's wrong with the world. I mean, he also highlights things that he thinks are really good. He's highlighted a lot of Lutheran stuff. He's highlighted a lot of Presbyterian and Reformed Baptist stuff. But his primary focus, he's more polemical than apologetic. And from the way you're describing Remnant X, it sounds like it's kind of the same idea.
Yeah.
And who's the guy who's more polemic?
He said Chris something.
Chris Roseborough. It's
Chris Roseborough.
Pirate Christian Radio Fighting for the Faith. This guy is an LCMS Lutheran. And his show...
LCMS?
Lutheran Church of
Missouri
Senate.
Yeah.
There's a stricter one.
Missouri Senate?
Missouri, not Senate.
Who's that?
Synod.
Who's the guy? The Fisk or whatever.
Jonathan Fisk.
Yeah, that guy's amazing. I love that.
And Chris
guy.
Roseborough had him on the show as a positive guy. You know, this is one of the good guys. He was talking about his book. Jonathan Fisk is LCMS Lutheran also.
Yeah. No, I knew that. No, I subscribed. Rebels Cause subscribes to his YouTube channel, and so I watch his videos. He's got these like fast paced cut 'em up videos, you know, that are kind of interesting. Where did you find this besides Pirate Christian Radio? Where would somebody find somebody like this William Tapley?
There you go. Well, you could find him on YouTube. I tried looking for him on the internet outside of YouTube, and I didn't find a lot. I found an article.
It's probably because he doesn't know how to make a website.
Well, I found an article about him on a website called Dangerous Minds, and I'm getting the impression, I don't know anything about this Dangerous Minds site, but I'm getting the clear impression this is not a Christian site.
But I'm wondering, though, the more people give negative criticisms or negative publicity to him, it's driving us toward even innocent people who don't realize he's a heretic and doesn't know what he's talking about to his negative or to his heresy.
You're
Honestly,
kind of talking about any kind of publicity is good publicity.
Correct. This is what I look at it. But for
but
all 5 of us, we know this guy's an idiot, and we laugh at the things he says because it's so idiotic.
Yeah,
Well, it's apparently you can find this guy. It's actually his YouTube page is called Third Eagle Books.
Okay.
So if you ever,
I'm glad it's hard to find because we don't want to describe people.
Well, I just Googled his name and that's what it came up.
Yeah,
as.
because he's the 5th Beatle of the apocalypse.
I see those black beetles that come out of the Mummy Returns.
No. I was, the phrase 5th Beatle.
No.
There was a 5th Beatle, but he's kind of like, he wasn't, he didn't do anything, basically. So to say the 5th Beatle
like Hey, the Beatles?
No, yeah.
Okay.
No, that's the Monkees. Hey, we're the Monkees.
hey, we're the Monkees.
The Beatles,
Yes.
Hey Jude.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Hey Jude.
Don't.
Anyway.
Don't sing the song. Dan can't sing
the song.
No, Dan can't sing. He'll just
Nobody's
make
a
it
singer here.
Weirder. I just about knocked my microphone over.
Stop.
So we've been kind of talking about this William Tapley guy.
I guess we're being requested on the chat to sing.
I forgot my fiddle.
Ready? Jingle bells.
No.
Dasher and Dancer.
Have you seen
and
RMX do
Donner
Jingle Bells?
and-
Oh, that's
I don't
cool.
know the names of the reindeers off the top of my head.
The reindeers are. You worried about not knowing the names of fictional characters? Hey, you know what? I found out something interesting. Saint Nicholas slapped a guy for heresy.
Excellent.
Yes.
The German
totally
Saint
cool.
Nicholas, right?
He probably had a
The
beard.
real Saint
I
Nicholas.
know he's German. Was he German?
This is before he got fat and moved to the South Pole
Yeah.
And
and
wore
went
red.
nuts.
Well, the North
and
Pole.
then started You know, breaking into people's
I don't
houses
know
through
where
the
he's
chimney.
from.
I think
I
he was a
just
German.
read a report on him that some other website that I'm assuming vetted this thoroughly has him reporting as slapping a guy, which makes me a little happy.
I heard he was from Greece, actually.
Oh, there you go, Greece.
Is that why he got so fat?
It might be wrong. I don't know. I heard he was born like in 324 AD or something. So he's pretty old.
Put the Googles on it.
Saint Nicholas.
We'll get Google on the
St. Nicholas
case.
was like
Well,
in-
Google on the case, John. You Google. You Google. Google now. Man, I had another topic in my head, and we went right over it. Now I can't remember for the life of me.
You know, since we haven't really got off the topic of William Tapley.
No, keep going. With that.
I there's a part of me that almost feels bad for making so much fun of this guy because he looks like such an. And I know this is retarded, but just let me finish. He looks like such a nice guy.
Really, he looks weird to me.
He reminds me of Bill, the deacon at my church.
Totally, totally. But more creepy.
Okay, but you know what the thing is?
There's a creepy vibe.
But
about
here's
him.
the thing. Here's the thing. The guy looks like a great guy, like the kind of guy you would have a great time hanging out with or whatever. But the thing is we are called to call out false teachers, regardless of whether they're like polished jerks like some of the Ed Young Jr. or whether they're like grandpa.
See, and I think Ed Young Jr. is just as easy to spot because he's a jerk.
Very arrogant.
I mean, he's just the pride and arrogance. I mean, the guy drives a Lamborghini on the stage and then mocks how stupid other Christians are, and then jumps back in the Lamborghini, drives off the stage. I'm sorry, I'm not buying.
You see the one that did the sex topics and put a bed on top of a
Yes,
church
sir.
building?
Yes, that was him.
That's
Yeah, him and his wife stayed a bed in or something. Stayed in the
Yeah,
bed
it's
together for like 72 hours.
But it was like on top of a church building.
On top of a church building.
Yeah. That's stupid.
It's really weird. I mean, first of all, what are you going to do for 72 hours? Don't answer that.
Hopefully drink something.
What if you have to poop?
Oh, good point. I didn't think about that.
Well, you're on the top of a building.
Yeah,
you
you're
could
on-
just go down.
I mean, did they let him
let's
potty
not
breaks?
do mental images for our
Earmuffs. Earmuffs. What purpose did that serve, though? I mean, really? I mean, it's just so bizarre. It's just so bizarre. I don't get it. So we find anything else more on our friend Tapley? No.
Did we ever finish that video? I wanted to see the last line. Last line he was going over, but I don't know
can
if
we
can
watch
find
the
it.
last
Yeah, watch the
section
last
of it?
line. Bring
This
it
is-
up.
Yeah, this is a webcast. We can do anything we want.
Yeah, now we're relaxed and
Just a
laid
sec.
back.
It'll be a little bit.
But we're still not going to do. We're still not going to say things that create bad mental images for our listeners.
Yes.
We will try not to. I mean, the reality is some of that stuff just needs to be discussed. I mean, I don't think that. I mean, I don't. In comparison to the rest of the song, that really wasn't a vulgar part. I understand why somebody wouldn't want that, but I don't know a kinder way. I mean, I could do the scientific name for it, but I don't even know if that's less. I mean,
No, that's still going to do the mental image.
yeah, it's still the mental image.
It's a you know
you really need to. People need to know this stuff. This is how perverse this is. And this guy's saying, "I'm a Christian," and he's having people get mad at people.
it's a really tough line for us to walk because on the one hand,
Yeah, we don't want to be crass.
we don't
for
want
the
to be
sake of being
we don't want
crass.
to be salacious, but you know when you're dealing with really difficult stuff like this, sometimes you have to say stuff.
I
that
thought
you
I was
would
bringing out a big word with crass, but then you bring out salacious, and now
That's
we
what
weren't trying to be crude, people. We weren't purposely trying to be crude.
You weren't trying to be Cro-Magnetic. No, that one's made up.
Cro-Magnetic.
Isn't that the guy?
Cro-Magnon.
Yeah, Cro-Magnon Man or whatever. Yeah, we weren't trying to be crude, but we're trying to be. Well, we are kind of edgy by nature, and we're trying to be honest. You know this stuff. This is the stuff your kids have in their iPod. This is the stuff that they're. You know, if you have good control over their iPod, they're hoping to sneak in their iPod. This is the stuff their friends are listening to at school and singing. And unfortunately, this is the stuff the parents will be like, oh, it's a Jesus piece. Bring up that slide. You got the Jesus piece slide? Here's the album cover. Check this out.
What?
That's so messed. That's blasphemous.
I don't think that's the actual album cover.
That is the actual album
Because
cover.
when I pulled it up on Spotify, it had Jesus' Piece and it said "in loving memory of his brother that passed away." And
No,
that
this
might
is
be
the
the
album
inside cover. That's
this
the
is
inside
the
cover.
yeah. This is the album cover.
That
he
is-
took heat from this.
That's
okay, check
outright
this
blasphemy.
palm trees. With the bandana.
And pot plants.
out. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Okay.
pot plants. He's got the gold necklace on.
He's got the Jesus Piece on.
He's got the Jesus piece on.
Uh-huh.
Okay, check this out. Okay, Jesus has a
At least he has
teardrop.
holes in his hands.
The
Black Jesus too.
yeah, well,
Well, I mean, but
that
Jesus was
doesn't.
Jesus
I don't
was
even.
Middle
I don't
Middle
even
Eastern.
care about. I mean, if we're gonna make pictures of Jesus, make them whatever you want, except for probably gangster.
I don't like white. I don't like pictures of white Jesus either. He wasn't white.
Well,
He was a Levite.
we don't really like pictures of Jesus.
No,
in
I don't.
general.
No,
I mean
I
that's our take on it. But okay, you can get rid of this. But the Catholic Church actually came down on him, and he had several conversations. Interscope Records, he's on Interscope. Had several conversations with the Catholic Church. They had to work some stuff out, and eventually he just said, "Well, the Catholics are cool. They're good people." You know, like
How much did he pay them?
I don't know, but you would hope if they had some legal claim to stop that there would be no amount of money. I mean, it's a mockery of Christ. I don't like the pictures of Jesus, but when they're done, I expect them to be done with reverence. You know, if you're gonna do them, when you do the Buddy Jesus stuff,
Yeah.
the Jesus is my homeboy T-shirts, and that's I don't already like the regular pictures of Jesus. I hate the mockery. You know, the only exception that I haven't been offended by is like that coffee with Jesus, and that's because it's kind of Jesus as we know him. He's pointing out things that this would be kind of along the lines of what I think Jesus would say, and even that, I could see where people would be offended by that. But this is just outright. I don't think anybody's not going to be offended by that.
Yeah, my opinion though, any image of Jesus is blasphemous because the simple fact that the Bible is silent on any description of what he looked like on purpose, for the simple fact that we would be trying to make that image of him an idol and worshiping that image, whether it be a statue, a carving, a painting, or anything. But my opinion is God was silent on the image and the description of him on purpose.
You of course have the make no images of things of heaven or below. I think we can make a very solid case for no pictures of Jesus, which is actually why I'm not offended by the coffee with Jesus stuff, because I think they understand that. This is a Rebels Cause Radio. We're that show. We're a little edgy, but we also are that show that wants you to read your Bible, to actually know it, to get to know it, to digest and ingest the Word of God.
In that order.
Don't physically eat it, but mentally, okay? Mentally.
Spiritually.
No, mentally. We want you to go to a Bible-believing church, a church that teaches preferably in an expository fashion. We want you to love Jesus. There's not... The whole Bible's about Jesus. It's Christ-centric. So,
Christocentric.
Christocentric, yeah. And we want you to forsake the world. At Rebels Cause Radio, we'll be back in just a few minutes right after this break.
Manager of Service Legends. I brought along a couple of the Home Comfort heroes.
Hi, I'm Tammy Wells.
I am Nick Wondershot.
I am Administrative Manager
I am the Senior Technician
from Service Legends.
It seems like every good thing, when you feel it to the bone that it's good, there's a lot of hard work put behind it. I don't think that you can fake it and have it turn out good.
You know, if we seem like, okay, that's just weird, it's just a furnace, why would you believe so deeply in a furnace? It's not just that, you know, we want to show the world that you can have good service.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be, it's your home.
You know, it's built into our daily trainings, it's built into our culture, that we're going to do whatever it takes to have each client say they love us, period.
That's why we spend all the hours in the training that we do. And if we guarantee it's going to be a good experience for you, or else it's free, what type of work do you think we're going to do?
There is a guarantee.
Temperature selection guarantee, fixed right or it's free guarantee, comfort guarantee, best value guarantee. All of these guarantees hold us accountable to ensuring that we exceed your expectations. And if for whatever reason we'd fail and we can't make it right, we guarantee all of those guarantees with a 100% money back guarantee.
I mean, if you don't think that your technician can fix it right, are you going to say that to a client? No.
You don't have to worry about having a technician come to your house.
We drug test, background check all of our team members. We put safe people in your home. Each and every one of our service techs, 400 hours a year in training.
You tell it the minute they walk in the door. They know what they're doing, they've done their homework, and they actually truly care about what you want.
Because at the end of the day, you're the person that makes sure I have a job.
They're going to be listening. They're going to want to know what your challenges are. Then they're going to come and give you options, and you get to choose.
If I'm there to help and I make it easy and painless, I did my job right that day.
Well, when it comes to your comfort, safety, and your family, you don't necessarily go buy the most expensive, but you get the most bang for your buck.
Oh, it's worth it, because there's a lot of people that will find a way to get it to work right now and then leave and then come back, charge you again, and the cycle just repeats itself. So when I'm out there looking at the furnace, I want to find why it failed today. How can we change the part today with something that you're not going to have to worry about? Is it worth changing the part today? I mean, you can put a lot of money into a furnace. I can fix parts all day. There's good job security in that for me. But is it the right thing for you?
I get a lot of the phone calls of after the technicians are there. They're just in awe. They're like, wow, you guys are great. I mean, I don't even know what to say. You guys are great. Everything you did was perfect. It was great.
Keep going, though. I like this.
Just give us a try. I'm going to take all the risk.
I've got the time to make this right. I've got the support to make it right.
Just check us out.
And if you don't see the value in what we do,
I mean, fixed right or it's free or 100% money back.
Enough said.
Hi, this is Dan Fry, one of the hosts of A Rebels Cause Radio. Did you know that you can like us on Facebook? That you can follow us on Twitter? That you can watch our previously recorded shows on YouTube? That you can listen to a live audio stream on Mixlr.com? That's mixlr.com/webcast-1-live. Or that you can email us with any ideas you have for the show at idea@arebelscause.com. And we want to say thank you. We love this show, but we couldn't do it without rebels like you who interact with us on a daily basis through these methods. So thanks for going with us on this journey in search of edutainment.
And I bring you.
These boys are on fire, and you're invited to come watch them burn. This is a Rebels Cause Radio.
That is the cheesiest intro Chris Roloff did for us.
Dante's Disco Inferno.
Yeah. It's well, as long as we don't get into Plato's Cave, we'll be all right.
I'm working on that.
Yeah, there's nothing there, John. Literally, just two eyeballs and a pile of meat. This is Rebels Cause Radio. We're that show that likes to typically we like to have guests on and talk about what they're doing or talk about other ministries and point out good things. And occasionally, like tonight, we take some time and talk about the bad stuff. Speaking of bad stuff, we have just a little bit left of that William Tapley guy.
Tapley.
You're doing that on purpose.
No, I don't think he's doing it on purpose.
That was an accident.
I've got Tapley in my head, and it's going to be Tapley to the day I die. We got Tapley, Bill Tapley.
Tapley ever after.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think that's going to work for me.
Tapley never after.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to play the little last bit of this video. Roll that beautiful beam footage.
Should we roll
there,
it back just a little, like move it back a little bit?
Yeah, just to the start.
You're asking Ryan to do stuff I don't think he can do. We don't have that kind of control.
I can try. Where do you want to go?
Don't. Just go where you're at.
It'll be right as he's finishing up with Call Me Maybe.
Do it.
Mabus. Is there a connection between Mabus and maybe?
Maybe.
So these two words for the Antichrist, Mabus and maybe, are not identical, but they are very similar. They both begin with the letters M-A-B.
Actually, no, they don't.
People say that Obama is the Antichrist, and they say that the B, A, and the M are reversed in his name, but that comes from Mabus. I tend not to believe that. I believe Mabus, maybe, or the Antichrist, is a different person. And I think the Lord is revealing to us that this is very close to what the name of the Antichrist will be.
Didn't he call him Obama?
Now,
earlier?
I
It could be
know some of
Maybell.
you are
No, he said he didn't think it was
skeptical
Obama.
Hold on.
that the Antichrist would be preceded and announced through music. And yet, that is exactly what happens in Daniel chapter number 3.
I don't think he's read that.
Don't forget, Daniel is the greatest Old Testament prophet of the end times. And in chapter number 3, Nebuchadnezzar builds a huge statue, which he orders everyone in his country to worship. And it's very interesting that they are to worship the statue when the music sounds.
Maybe.
The music immediately precedes their worshiping of the statue.
So someone busts
And
out
that
Gangnam
is
Style
what we
before
are
the
seeing
statue.
today. Popular
Oh, but
music
Nebuchadnezzar.
is immediately preceding our worship of the Antichrist. Let's look at Daniel chapter number 3. Verses 5, 7, 10, and 15.
Cherry
Wait
picking.
a second.
Cherry
Wait a second.
Repeated 4 times.
You can't do that to a scripture support fast.
Daniel 5, 7, 10, 15.
Well, let's
Hey,
see.
if you read the first 3 letters of John 3:16 and then go to Revelations 3:12,
If you fold your
it
Bible,
says something completely different.
If you
and you wouldn't believe it.
If you fold your Bible like an accordion and then try to read it, you can make it say some pretty amazing.
Let's
like,
look this
like,
up.
Like
Daniel
Judas
3.
Judas went and hung himself. You go do likewise.
Okay, here's Daniel 3. Then the satraps, the prefects, and the governors, the counselors, the treasurers, the justices, the magistrates, and all the officials of the provinces gathered for the dedication of the image that King Nebuchadnezzar had set up, and they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up.
You on a rap battle? Twister?
Hey, I didn't mess up at all.
No, but you can't understand what you're saying.
So that was Daniel 3:5.
That was 3. That was 3. That was a really long verse. 5 says that when you hear the sound of the horn, pipe, lyre, trigon, harp, bagpipe, apparently they were Scottish, and every kind of music, you are to fall down and worship the golden image that King Nebuchadnezzar.
Even Gundam style?
Oh, that's in the footnotes.
Okay, game on.
And then 7 it says it again. Therefore, all the peoples heard the sound. 9 says they declared. Wait, was it 13 or was it
10 and 15?
10 and 15. 15 says.
Well,
now, if you're ready,
verses
here,
like
there.
this kid, or guy,
Kid.
Well,
Sorry,
he's a kid
guys.
at heart. He's got the mental capabilities of a kid. I don't know what to tell you. This is horrible. I've never seen somebody so flagrantly.
And he's supposedly a Catholic priest.
Well, I don't know if he's a priest. He's a Catholic.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, he's just
So I've been
using
looking
these
for Daniel
voices
the whole time. I opened up to my first note tab, and then was like, man, it should be somewhere around here. My note tab's on Daniel. Oh no!
I mean,
probably further proof I'm the Antichrist because I was already turned to Daniel,
Oh,
and my
man.
name is Daniel, and I own a salon with an open sign in the gangland that does styles.
We should replay that
But, I
section.
mean,
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah, we almost have to.
In his defense, he's not generally cherry picking. He's just showing he's choosing the verses that specifically that say when you play the music, then you worship. So he's not
repeating itself.
So
over
what
and
he's
over.
saying is true, but the correlation is not.
There's
Okay.
nothing this guy's saying is true. He's probably jacked up on that too.
He got lucky.
Yeah. Okay. Game on.
Yeah, he was just picking.
Game
numbers.
on.
You know what?
That means that this is very important for the end times. At what time you hear the sound of the horn, the flute, the harp, lyre, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, you fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. You really need to study Daniel. These end times are
you
going
too.
by faster and faster. I would not be surprised if we saw many more signs in the coming days and weeks about the Antichrist, which will be verified in that great Old Testament prophet Daniel.
Hey, John, I got a question for you, and you're more knowledgeable than me about this, so I thought I'd ask you. Daniel, most of the prophecies are talking about the end of Israel that happened, prior to Christ coming and after Christ coming. Correct?
That's
I mean, I can't. I know there are a few few that match up kind of with Revelation, but aren't most of them about like the 70 AD period and the coming of Christ and that time around them. Am I generalizing that okay, you think?
That would be the way I would probably tend to interpret most of it. It is kind of debated in Christendom. I mean, it's not that it doesn't take a nutcase to believe that that's talking about something in the future.
Sure. Well, and some, I know that they talk about double prophecy and stuff like that, and there's some that have come to pass. But see, typically though, I'd explain that as like they're talking about some of these come to pass, and they talk again about them in Revelation. They go, well, they haven't passed, and I would say actually probably Revelation was referring back and not necessarily at that moment prophesying. Okay, go back to the footage.
I think.
Well, actually, before you get that footage back on, belay that order.
Halt.
Yeah. There are actually some people who are joining us that were not here for the first hour, so they missed the wonderful.
Oh, we'll try to go back and do the Gangnam, but he can't really back. Like, I know you don't understand how that magical machine works back there, but it's not as well oiled. And so there's not like a button he can just rewind. It would reset the whole video.
Well oiled. I could do that on my Nintendo.
Yeah, there's a rewind button.
Yeah, it's not very effective.
No, it isn't really. You're
yeah,
right.
I'm being.
That's why I haven't been.
Yeah, it's not good. So I mean, we could restart the video.
I thought you guys said you had.
I would be okay. Well, here, do we have any other topics?
Let's restart the video. Yeah. Restart the video.
No, let's.
I was gonna say we're having
the end and then restart it.
We're having a meeting on the air now. All of a sudden, we don't have any other topics that are really huge that we really had to get to tonight.
No.
Okay.
Well, let's watch the end. Otherwise, we got to watch the whole thing again.
Okay.
Well, but
whatever. It doesn't matter. Just
start it over.
I am restarting.
Remember to kind of. You got to kind of remember to switch around camera angles and stuff like that. Cause
the problem is if I'm playing it and then I go to one of you guys, it pauses. It's just ingrained.
Well, no, you need to fade out, and then it won't do that.
Okay, I'll try it.
Okay, push the F button.
Welcome to Revelation Unraveled. I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse and the co-prophet of the end times. And incidentally, also someone who called the last two elections in the United States.
Oh, yep.
Fade.
Here, just a sec. I got it. Oh, wait. Just a sec. I got it. Just wait.
Welcome to Revelation Unraveled.
I think I got it.
I'm your host, William Tapley, also known as the third eagle of the apocalypse.
I'm glad this is the second hour.
And the co-prophet of the end times. And incidentally, also someone who called the last two elections in the United States 100% correct. Can you name any other so-called prophet on YouTube who did the same? I don't think so. But the election is over with. Many people have asked me to comment on it, but it's over and done with, and it is time to move on. And you Democrats, you who think that you could deny God 3 times at your convention, and that Satan will therefore let you have the leopard for 4 more years, you are sadly mistaken. In Daniel 7, the Antichrist follows the leopard, and he is the one who...
See, it did it again. It stopped.
Okay,
I can't stop it.
Okay, well, go back to the...
I'll go back to the video just a sec. I'll need to restart it, technically.
I don't think so.
Where was he?
No, he's right there. Just leave it. What are you doing?
Satan wants to bring the Antichrist in as soon as possible. Believe me, we have very little time left. And God is already announcing who the Antichrist is, just as he announced for the last 4 years who Barack Obama is. But he is doing it in a very interesting and different manner. 4 years ago, Barack Obama was elected on the 4th of November. This week, he was reelected on the 6th of November. The number 4 announced the arrival of the leopard, but the number 6 this week is announcing the arrival of the Antichrist.
How convenient.
Now, many times in the past 4 years, God has revealed who Barack Obama is through sporting events. And I've already gone through that many times on this program, so I won't repeat myself. This time, however, God has changed his plans. He is announcing the Antichrist through popular music.
That's totally biblical.
And I only discovered that myself this week.
Because the last plan didn't work out.
And I am passing along my information to you.
Hold on, just listen.
Just as soon as I receive it.
Just as soon as he receives,
and in fact,
though,
I'm
breaking
asking
news.
for help from my YouTube subscribers
He still has to
because
get it through
very
his 56K
often
modem, but-
you give me ideas which did not occur to me. I am not very much into popular music. I know some of you probably are. So I am going to give 2 examples on this program which are really amazing, but I'm sure there are many others out there. The 2 popular songs I want to talk about on this program are Gangnam Style and Call Me Maybe. As far as I can tell, they are really the 2 most popular viral videos on YouTube for the past several months. If you search either of those titles, you will find hundreds of thousands of results. And many people are making parodies of those songs. And they are very tuneful, they are bouncy, they're uplifting. As far as I can see, they are not like Lady Gaga.
You know what's sad about this video? 41,000 people. 864 views. 41,864 views.
How many of them are people who believe him, though?
I don't even care. Even if it's 10th, John.
Even if it's 1.
Yeah, but even if it's a 10th, that's scary. I mean, that's a scary amount of people. That's a lot of people.
He's got more people tuning in than we do.
We needed to be humble.
On as a guest.
I'm just gonna say no.
Okay.
That's a negatory ghostwriter.
Roger.
Yeah, that is so crazy. Okay, go back.
All right, I'll go back. I totally failed at this though, Dan.
Ryan's
so I don't know if we're even where we were.
With this popular music. So first, let's take a look at Gangnam Style. The 3 most important words are Open Gangnam Style. And if you put those into English, I mean, those are Korean. If you put those into English, I believe the words that we want to study are Open Gangland Style.
Stop.
And now this is very interesting.
Collaborate and listen.
Okay. For those who weren't here on the first, those who were here at the first hour, this is, they heard me say this, but those who weren't here, that Open Gangnam Style being Open Gangland Style, that is not accurate.
Even if it was, his claims are ridiculous.
Well, even if it, yes, but the point is the claims aren't even accurate to begin with.
Actually, my sister, she calls me Oppa, the exact same thing, which means older brother or boyfriend or anything.
Oppa.
It's Korean for that kind of thing. She calls me Oppa.
Okay,
see,
I thought
That's
Oppa
what you say when you drop stuff.
See, I thought Oppa was
Greek.
I thought Oppa was a lady's name, but the point is the line translated in English is Oppa is Gangnam Style, and Gangnam is
a place.
It's a place. It actually means south of the river. It's
not gangland.
It's a new rich development. So it's like this was a ghetto, and all of a sudden it's like super rich land in South Korea, and now you have all this pompous new money. The people who just found a fortune and now are like letting it be shown. So he's really kind of just making fun of this district in South Korea, and that's what it means. Oppa is Gangnam Style, not Open Gangland Style.
Yeah, they don't just screw up the word land. It's not pseudo English.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can carry on, I guess.
The Antichrist is revealing himself through this phrase. Open means that this is the grand opening of the reign of the Antichrist. That is what the word open is referring to. Gangland refers to the reign of the Antichrist, because remember, he is the lawless one, as found in the Bible. And style, of course, indicates that he is not a man of substance. He is all froth and frivolity.
I think that's the funniest one.
He is not a serious human being.
Stop,
he is
stop.
evil.
Stop.
And
He sounds like he's describing himself.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Say it again.
Yeah.
what Open Gangland Style is referring to. So now let's look at the other big viral hit of the summer on YouTube, and that is Call Me Maybe. And there are 4 very significant phrases in this song. The first one is, hey, I just met you. This is crazy, but here's my number. Call me maybe. Let's look at those 4 phrases separately and see how God is revealing to us the name of the Antichrist.
Yes,
hey,
please.
I just met you. Now, the I in this case refers to the Antichrist. And just meeting you means that he is revealing himself. This is the Antichrist's entrance into the end times.
Do we really have to watch this all
And
again?
this is crazy.
For the people who didn't.
That's the 7 years of tribulation. Remember back in Daniel chapter number 4, King Nebuchadnezzar goes crazy or insane for 7 times. He lives among the beasts and eats grass. The beasts that he lives among are the 2 beasts of the Revelation, the Antichrist and the false prophet.
For this guy's wife.
Those are the 7 years of insanity, and this is when the Antichrist is going to reveal himself during those 7 years. But here's my number, and of course I think it should be obvious to you what the Antichrist's number is. His number is 666.
It's obvious.
And he is not talking here about a telephone number.
He isn't?
He is talking here about his number of the beast, which he is going to give to every one of us.
Okay.
What it means when he
Guys,
says, here's my number.
This is so ridiculous. Is it? Really?
Is that
we have to
actually
watch this twice? This is fascinating for you
Well,
guys.
do you guys know how much truth is actually held in the idea that that people will have to have the mark of the beast on them?
Well, my wrists are kind of they're taken already.
Well, supposedly it's supposed to be on the back of your hand.
The right hand.
Right here.
So what if I get like Gangnam style on my hands?
I think that's too many for
Not on my
nuts.
not on my
You
nuts,
can get
just on my
Gangnam-
hand.
Well, you could probably get it. I don't know.
I could just put it on my hand.
Well, I mean, my question is seriously though, like, is there any truth to that interpretation of the end times from Daniel, the mark of the beast being on the hand?
Will there be a literal mark of the beast?
A physical tattoo.
I don't know. I'm not inclined to believe that there will be an actual mark of the beast.
Yeah, but see, I mean, the mark of the beast really depends on an eschatology position. I mean, because if you're a pre-mill guy, then yeah, it would make sense to believe in it. As a post or an on-mill guy, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. I don't think. I think I would have to have somebody explain that to me where it would make sense to me. This is really calming music. Yeah.
Good night, guys.
It's I lost his name.
Cortland Urbano.
Cortland Urbano.
Humble Beast. Love these guys.
Humble Beast.
This is Rebels Cause Radio. We got one more segment after this. We're just going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Rebels Cause Radio, that's that show, that, well, they like to lift up the works of the church for the glory of God. That's what we do here. Encouraging you to read your Bibles, go to church, love Jesus, forsake the world, and hold on, because we'll be right back after this break.
Hi, this is Dan Fry, one of the hosts of A Rebels Cause Radio. Did you know that you can like us on Facebook? That you can follow us on Twitter? That you can watch our previously recorded shows on YouTube? That you can listen to a live audio stream on Mixlr.com? That's mixlr.com/webcast-1-live. Or that you can email us with any ideas you have for the show at idea@arebelscause.com. And we want to say thank you. We love this show, but we couldn't do it without rebels like you who interact with us on a daily basis through these methods. So thanks for going with us on this journey in search of edifatainment.
Get away from my Sumino credit card. We don't have any more money. We're in trouble now. Save us! Help! Somebody save us! Somebody help! Help! Save us!
Hi, I'm Tom Coates from Consumer Credit of Des Moines. If your credit card's a little too animated, give us a call.
Hooray! We're saved! Consumer Credit! You're our hero!
Well, hi, I'm Rob Spearman. I'm a broker owner of RE/MAX Real Estate Concepts in Des Moines, Iowa. Give us a call if you're looking at buying or selling a home, or if you're having trouble on your mortgage payments or looking to purchase foreclosures. We have the agents to help you, experienced, outstanding agents. Our office number is 515-276-2872. Or if you'd like to look at homes, go to our website, homeconnectusa.com.
Mate, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Don't just sit there. Get involved. This is a Rebels Cause Radio.
Quick, Drawn. Drop the sandwich.
Already did.
This is Rebels Cause Radio, where we eat food, hang out, chat, play some sweet, sweet Humble Beast music. Kind of lulled me to sleep. I'm very mellow after that outro.
It'll be a good ending.
Well, maybe it'll be Gangnam Style. Sorry, couldn't help it. Bad reference.
Gangland style.
So, yeah, open gangland land something.
That guy's so nuts. You know, so John, you're telling me about some issue, the war on Christmas, some atheist. What is this? Do you guys really? First of all, do you guys really think there's a war on Christmas? I don't.
No.
Well, what it's referring to is like, the Christians want to put nativity displays, the atheists want to take them down, and round we go. The question was,
but doesn't that make? I mean, I'm gonna play. I don't even know that I'm playing devil's advocate here, but it kind of makes sense to me in a nation that parades itself as freedom of religion and being the melting pot of the world and embracing all these other cultures with their religions. It makes sense to me not to take in our public government-owned properties, make displays of Christianity. I mean, that does make sense to me. Really, it kind of kills me. A lot of these people go back to we were founded on Christian principles, and that may or may not be true, but that's certainly not what we are now.
Well,
I mean, I understand their point. I personally, I want Jesus everywhere, so I'm not going to be an advocate to take him down from anywhere. Let's put him up everywhere. But we don't really, the problem, the hypocrisy I see in a lot of the Christians when they answer that question, it's like, well, what if it was a Muslim Ramadan or whatever? Is that Ramadan? Is that the Muslim?
Yeah, but that occurs in August.
Yeah,
so they
but
don't really have a Christmas holiday.
It's a hotel chain.
Yeah, well, what if they put some kind of sacred image up in the courthouse? Would that bother you?
Nick, no.
See, it would bother me.
If
I don't want to see a false idol venerated in the front lawn of my courtyard.
But we don't have any of ours in there, do we?
We do in this one, right?
Let me see exactly what the story said. I read it this morning.
Okay.
At 7 in the morning.
Well, but we've had several things, even in Iowa. We've had
some schools.
Yeah,
there were
schools and
schools
courthouses that have had to take them down.
I guess the real question that I would pose would be this: we're fighting the wrong battle, aren't we? When we're like, well, no, we have to have the nativity scene, or we have to. I mean, heck, it's people are making a big deal about Santa Claus. It's like, no, you're attacking Christmas. We have to have the Santa up.
Yeah.
No, don't take down the sign that says Season's Greetings. Next time someone says Season's Greetings to me, I'm going to reply, hello, it's winter.
Oh. It's Christmas.
See, you can say Season's Greeting anytime. Winter is not the only season.
Dead of summer. Season's Greetings. Poolside.
So,
but
we used to have a church in town that had this neat big neon sign that put up every year that said Jesus is the reason. For years, I thought it said Jesus is in season.
He's the reasoning for the seasoning.
Yeah, well, it was Jesus is the reason, but I literally thought it was Jesus was in season. Thought it was like a bad hunting reference or something like that. Anyway,
we're getting caught up. We're getting caught up in this. No, we have to have the nativity scene. No, we have to have the Santa Claus. No, you atheist, you can't take that away from us. When the atheist says, "Ha, we're going to take it away from you because we don't want any reminder of the God that we will someday have to answer to."
Open your eyes. Bam, you're reminded.
Well, okay, yeah, but we're getting all caught up in this when the real battle we should be fighting is, preaching the gospel to these guys. I mean,
sure.
If the zeitgeist is we're in a post-Christian America now. If the zeitgeist is anti-Christian, does it really make a lot of sense to be expending all of our energy on, no, we have to have the Santa here, you know?
No, the nativity scene is kind of one of those things where, I mean, if it went away, but we were still allowed to preach the gospel, are we still on good ground? I mean, worldwide, that still puts us above a lot of other places as being able to present the gospel, right?
Yeah, I am not willing to go so far as to say we're better off without them, without like the nativities and stuff. But I can see the argument for it. I mean, if we have a vestige of Christianity without its substance behind it, could that be even worse than just not having the vestige?
Well, and I mean, there's also this second commandment, objects of veneration type thing with the baby Jesus, and a lot of people for some reason think, well, we don't want the full-grown picture of Jesus, but the baby Jesus is fine.
Talladega Nights.
Yeah, I find it very awkward too. In fact, Talladega Nights actually, they do a blasphemous prayer in there where the guy keeps referring to the little baby Jesus and like, oh, but Jesus grew up. He's like, well, I like to think of him as a little baby Jesus. But if we always leave Jesus in the manger, I mean, I think that's something that people kind of think of. They think of him as a baby Jesus, or they think of him the hippie Jesus. They don't really think of him as Jesus, Lord and Savior, risen from the dead, King of Earth. Jesus.
Well, I mean, if you want to get into it too, also the nativity scene we have is a little bit misrepresented because, as I understand it, the wise men didn't visit the day of the birth.
No,
they visited a couple years afterwards.
Yeah, a couple years afterwards.
And who's to say there was only 3 of them?
Yeah, I mean, so it's
I didn't list them.
It's 3 gifts, not 3 wise men.
Right.
Correct.
And I mean, what if one was heavier than the other? But no, my point is that it wouldn't be, Mary and Joseph didn't wrap him again and put him back in the manger when they
What if
came.
one of them was a woman?
You've been listening to a Rebels Cause Radio. Tune in next week. Good night.
It's just, I mean, yeah, it's a mischaracterization. I understand why people would want it there.
It's tradition.
Yeah, it's tradition. I get that. They can't take that from you at your house. I understand why in a public place in a post-Christian world, why that would be the case. We should have expected this. The problem isn't that I want to concede this. The problem is we conceded it when we let it go to a post-Christian America.
And the problem is the church.
And that's my overlying point. Is the problem is the church. This is evidence of a failure in the church to hold its ground, to stand its ground. A lot of people when they read the Constitution, they kind of read it a lot of people read the Bible just kind of at face value. Well, the Constitution was written in a specific time for a specific people for guidelines. And at that time, there really weren't a lot of these religions coming into the United States. It was various brands of Christianity they were trying to protect. And in doing so, unfortunately, they allowed false religions in. And you can philosophize about this all you want, but the reality of it, freedom of religion isn't a Christian value necessarily.
No, pluralism is wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So it's we're not.
There is only one way to heaven. It's not.
Jesus Christ is the way. Jesus Christ is the way, and it's not up for speculation. I understand allowing different denominations and stuff like that, but I think we could have tightened that up even then. They chose not to, and this ultimately, as the nation turns away from those roots, this is what was going to happen.
I think this is one of the things the Catholic Church is afraid of. When we got our own printing press and we were able to have Bibles, and they were like, well, there's no telling what interpretations are going to be now. Yeah. I'm not saying it was a bad thing, but I'm just saying this is...
Yeah, the good comes with the bad. It's like the internet. The internet has a lot of bad stuff. You can find this William Tapley guy.
Or you can just get sucked up into a Facebook discussion and get nothing else done.
Yeah, or you can find something like Remnant X Radio or Wretched Radio, Answers in Genesis.
Generous.
Yeah, sorry.
Answers in Generations.
R.C. Sproul.
Renewing Your Mind.
Yeah, I mean, you can find all these things. So with the bad comes the good. And in this time of spiritual decline, I would make an argument that some of the guys popping up on the scene are the strongest we've had in years. And not so much that we haven't had good preachers all along, but these ones are willing to be vocal about it. You know, maybe they're even being forced to be because it's easy to be now. You know, the guys who couldn't get traction 50 years ago sustained the faith for the guys that can get traction now. I mean, there's a lot of positive things going on, and you know, that's what we like to focus on. We like to focus on the positive things of Christianity. We like to lift up those cool ministries.
But it's also okay to have a polemic episode every now and then.
It is. I had a lot of fun. You know, we kind of ran out of steam a little bit towards the end. It is what it is. It's Rebels Cause Radio. And, you know, we're not perfect. We're not the most polished, best produced, or any of these labels show on the internet. But we are that show that every week begs you to go out and read your Bible, to really get into the Word, to understand it. To go to a Bible-believing church that teaches the gospel, the Word of God, to love Jesus, to forsake the world. This is Rebels Cause Radio. We'll see you next week.
Hey, Mr. Preacher Man, help me understand. Where will I stand in light of this judgment? I heard this work was coming from this Christian who mentioned I needed to be born again and forgiven. I tell him no, sir, I'm still seeking. But anyway, I think I heard the same stuff from a Muslim, that if I pray 5 times I could get to him and just do many works like a good Mormon. So please stop preaching, you're getting real annoying. Plus you keep judging, that's only God's judgment. Plus I do a lot of good, so I'm a good person. I give to many churches, I never hurt no person, I never robbed no person. Stop finger pointing, we all messed up. Ain't nobody perfect, so stop judging. And tell me how you think you're any different. I'm not judging, I'm just showing. You need atonement, and that's a payment for your law breaking and your wrathful hatred towards the loving neighbor, but most of all, our rebellion towards the Holy Savior. But in His rich and mercy, He kept the Lord to save us from our flesh behavior. You need to fix it. That's the difference between Christian and religion. We're saved by grace through repentance. You're trying to earn God, but work systems. One is justified by just trusting in Him. So just trust in Him. Christ, you're the way, the truth, and the life. There's nowhere else to turn. Help me to trust in your Holy Spirit. Keep me close to your throne. The world around me wants to choke and consume me. Make my mind narrow. Lord, I'm so messed up. I am in the inside, but you said I'm blessed if I'm poor inside. But why I feel such as a coward guy when I'm in search hell? I don't mention Christ. I know it's my flesh. I need a narrow mind, and just one time, but a constant grind towards narrowness with holiness. Lord, lead me to path of righteousness, and let me see you again.